Hello all, welcome to Interesting Math. Today I want to explain the concept of polynomials of 10th class chapter 3. Before entering into the chapter, let us know first of all what is a polynomial. A polynomial in X is an expression. What do you mean by the word expression? Expression is something called the LHS of the equation. Let me say the general equation of second degree ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here the LHS part of this equation is called an expression. Therefore a polynomial in X, because I am using the variable called x here in the expression, I am saying this as a polynomial in X, and x is called a variable here in the expression of the polynomial, and is an expression, something which I told now, containing the sum of a finite number of terms. So this particular expression is containing sum of the, see here plus signs are there, this indicates that is addition of two terms. Here also addition of bx term and c term here. Therefore it is called, the result of the addition is called sum. So I am using this as the sum of a finite number of terms. Here ax square, bx and c are the terms. There are three terms in this expression, and there are only three. I can say that there are finite number of terms which I can count is called finite number. Therefore there are three terms here in the expression and I call it as finite number of terms. Here these are terms. So sum of a finite number of terms. This is sum of terms. These are the terms and there are only finite number of terms here. Therefore I am saying it as the sum of a finite number of terms of the form. So look at here, of the form. What is the form here? A into x power n. See here, this is a here. If you are going to see the first term of the expression ax square, here I will compare this ax square of the problem with the formula in the definition of polynomial. It is ax power n. Here if I compare, a is same and variable x is same, and here nth power in the problem is, it is square for any real number a. So here a is a real number. You might be knowing already what is real number. Real number consists of the rational numbers and the irrational numbers, and rational numbers consist of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and especially the rational numbers will be in the form of p by q, numerator by denominator, and q dash, which is irrational number, will not be in the form of p by q. Okay, so the real number here which is called a, we are going to take a is always a real number. It may be a rational number or a irrational number, and any whole number n. See here, what is n here in the definition is power of x. Here n is the power of x and n is a whole number. What do you mean by whole number? I know the natural numbers are 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinity. If I am going to include 0 for this, then these are called as whole numbers. So n can be 0 or 1 or 2 or any number up to infinity. According to the problem, the n value will be defined. So this is the definition of a polynomial. This particular equation of the second degree is very good example of a polynomial of second degree, because the power of this equation is 2. I can say that a polynomial in x with degree 2. Therefore, this expression I have taken in general, but when coming to the equation of different types of polynomials here, I am going to take a general form of a polynomial. That means whatever the polynomial you have, you can compare with this formula. Okay, and one more thing you need to understand is what is p of x here. P of x is read as polynomial in variable x. Polynomial in variable x. Okay, p of x is equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus so on plus a n minus 1 x plus a n. Here you need to understand each and every term in this equation. Then only you can go further in the next topics of the polynomials. First we will try to understand this general equation of the polynomial of nth degree. Especially it is written that nth degree means it will be valid for any type of polynomial we take in general, and this will be satisfied for any polynomial. And whatever the polynomial you are going to take as an example or a problem, in that it will be exactly we can compare with this general form of polynomial. Now I just now said that p of x is called as polynomial in variable x, which is equal to, this is the expression. Just now I said when I have explained the definition, this part in the equation, the LHS part, is called the expression. Now polynomial is equal to what I have written, an expression I have written in variable x. If you see every term, it is consisting of x. Now in detail I want to explain this equation is equal to what? A naught x power n. Next we have a plus symbol. That means this particular equation with this particular value we will call it as a term. Again after the plus you have another value which we will call it as second term, and this is the third term, so on it goes on up to an. Now in this term, this is the first term, second term, and so on, and we will call this as nth term. Now in this first term we have to check what are all we have different things. A naught, here I have mentioned a naught, a1, a2, so on an minus 1 an are real coefficients of x. What do you mean by that? Coefficients means one, see here, x is a variable, x is a variable here. In every term you will have the variable x, and n is the power of x in this term. Here n minus 1 is the power of x in this second term, n minus 2 is the power of x in the third term. Now this x power n is multiplied a naught number of times. X power n variable is multiplied for a naught number of terms. That means this is a real number which I have taken, and we will call it as the coefficient of x power n. A naught is a real number, and this real number is coefficient of x power n. We will call a naught as a coefficient of x power n, a1 as a coefficient of x power n minus 1, a2 is a coefficient of x power n minus 2, an minus 1 is a coefficient of x, and an is called a constant because here x term is not there, but I can write it as x power 0. X power 0 is nothing but 1. Therefore an into 1 is nothing but, sorry, an into x power 0 is nothing but an only. Therefore we are going to call this as a constant, and all others, a naught, a1, a2, an minus 1, all these are the coefficients of particular terms over here, like x power n minus 1, and so on. And particularly here a must be not equal to 0. If suppose particularly I can say a naught is not equal to 0, because if at all this is going to be 0, then we will not call it as a nth degree polynomial. We will call it as n minus 1th degree polynomial, because there is a change in this. We can't we should not take a naught must be not equal to 0. If a naught is equal to 0, this term will be not there. Therefore, what is the important point here is always the highest power coefficient must not equal to 0. Here n is the highest power. Here I want to mention one more thing. The highest power in this expression is called the degree of the polynomial. In this particular expression of the polynomial, n is the degree of the polynomial. Because x power n term is that term consisting of highest power, or it is also called as degree. A naught, the coefficient of x power n, must not equal to 0. After knowing about the definition of polynomials and general formula of polynomials, we need to know the concepts like what is degree, what is value of a polynomial, and different types of polynomials which are based on degree as well as number of terms and zeros of the polynomial. Now I am going to cover all these topics. Coming to the first topic, degree of a polynomial. What do you mean by that? If p of x is a polynomial in variable x, the highest power of x is called the degree of the polynomial. What is the degree? The highest power of x. See, for this to be understand, let us go with some example. Polynomials I have written here. Let us see the highest power of each of the polynomial and write the degree over here. The first example here is 2x square plus x plus 2. You need to understand many things in this polynomial, like in this polynomial the variable is x. There are three terms, 1, 2 and 3. In these three terms, where are the x? In the first term, x square we have. In the second term, x we have. And the third term is a constant. If you see the powers of x in each of the terms, in the first term it is 2. In the second term, nothing is there, means the power will be 1. And here 2 is a constant. Therefore, if you compare the powers of every term of the x, we are having the highest power of x is 2 here. Therefore, I will write the degree of polynomial 1 is 2. If you are going with the second problem, here the variable is x only, and see the powers of the x here. This is the first term. In the first term, that is root 5x cube, the x is having the power 3. And in the second term, which is x squared, the power of x is 2 and 3. And the term 3, it is a constant. See the powers of x, which is the highest one, 3 or 2. It is 3. Therefore, the degree will be the highest power, which is 3 in the second problem. Going to the third one, here if you see, there is a variable y. Always there is not compulsory that always the polynomial should consist the variable x only. There might be any other variable like y or z or t, r, s. You can take, mostly we will be taking this x, y, z, s, r, t, all this, and we can also take any other variables. Okay, third problem, it is consisting of variable y, and if you are going to check the powers of each of the term here, it is y square, which is 2 here. The degree of the, sorry, the power of the y is 2 here, and in the second term the power of the y is 3 here. And if you check both of these, the 3 is the highest power here. Most importantly, you have to know here is, although the y cube is written in the second term, the degree is bigger than the first term variable. Therefore, we have to take the power degree as the 3. Going with the fourth problem, don't confuse, because we have the fraction here before z square. Here z is the variable, and we are having 3 terms: half z square, z, and minus root 2. Here, what is the variable? Z is the variable. The power of the z in the first term is 2. The power of the z in second term is 1. Because nothing is there in the power, we have to write it as 1. And looking at the third term, it is minus root 2. Because we don't have the z term, which is a variable, it is called as a constant. Therefore, now we have to check what is the power and which is the highest power of the variable z here. By looking at here, I can say that 2 is the highest power. Second topic, value of a polynomial. If p of x is a polynomial in x, that is, we have taken some polynomial p of x, the variable in it is x. And let us consider another one. If k is a real number, here some k we are taking and it is a real number. So previously I have said what is a real number. It may be a rational or irrational number. Then value obtained by replacing x by k in p of x. So whatever the value you are going to get as a result, when you are going to replace this x by k, means this k you are going to put in the place of x. Instead of x here, now in the equation you will be writing k. This is called value of p of x at x is equal to k. Only at x equal to k, this is the value of p of x. If x is equal to something like p you are having, then value of p of x at x equal to p you will be writing here. And this is denoted by, the value of polynomial is denoted by p of k. Let us have an example to understand it more. Let us take a polynomial p of x is equal to x minus 2. Now, according to definition, what you have to do? P of x is given. Now, instead of writing x here, what we are going to replace by k. So, replacing x by k. That implies the equation which we have taken will become now p of k. Instead of x, I have written k here, is equal to k minus 2. In the RHS part also, I have substituted in the place of x k. Therefore, p of k is called the value of the polynomial. This is the polynomial we have taken, and for this polynomial, value of polynomial at x equal to k is the answer k minus 2. Topic 3, bit A. Types of polynomials based on degree. Or first one, linear polynomial. If a polynomial consists of the degree 1, then they are called as linear polynomials. If we have taken an example like x plus 1, here the variable is x and the power or degree here in this example is 1. Therefore, this particular polynomial consisting of the degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. Similarly, quadratic polynomial means that polynomial which is consisting of degree 2. In this example, x square plus 2, x is the variable and the degree of the polynomial x square plus 2 is 2. Therefore, this particular polynomial is called quadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, a polynomial which consists of degree 3. In this example, we can say out of all the terms of the x, we are having the highest power is 3. Therefore, 3 is the degree of the polynomial. Therefore, this polynomial is called as cubic polynomial. In this way, if we go with a fourth degree polynomial, we will call it as fourth. If we continue in this way, if the polynomial is consisting of degree 4, then we will call it as fourth degree polynomial. If the polynomial is consisting power 5 or degree 5, then I will call it as fifth degree polynomial. In the similar way, if the polynomial is consisting of degree n, then it is called as nth degree polynomial. Like here example x power n. What is the highest power here? N is the highest power. Therefore, n is the degree of the polynomial here and it is called as nth degree polynomial. Now coming to the third topic, B part. Types of polynomials based on number of terms. Based on number of terms of the given polynomial, or first one, monomial. What do you mean by monomial? If there is only one term in the polynomial, like here example you can see 2x. 2x is a polynomial and we are consisting of only one term here. Therefore, it is called as a monomial. And here another example, 3x square I have taken. This is also a monomial because it is consisting of one term. Here, irrespective of the degree, here it is the degree of this is 1 and here degree is 2. Irrespective of the degree, we have to check for the number of terms. Here number of terms is equal to 1. Here also number of terms is equal to 1. Therefore, these type of polynomials are called monomials because it is consisting of only one term. Second one, binomial. The name indicates, see here how the names have come is polynomials. Poly means many. In the same way, here first one, monomial. Mono means it consisting of one. What do you mean by mono? Single, one. Bi means two. Tri means three. Multi means many. Therefore, depending of number of terms, I can say monomial means the polynomial which consists of one term. Binomial means the polynomial which consists of two terms. Trinomial means the polynomial which consists of three terms. Multinomial means the polynomial which consists of many number of terms. Here binomial example I have taken 3x plus 2x square. Here 3x is one term and 2x square is another term. Therefore, number of terms here are 2. Therefore, I can say it as binomial. Example 3 I have taken. For the third topic, trinomial, I have taken another example 3x square plus 2x plus 1. There are 3 terms, therefore it is called as trinomial. Here n number of terms are there. Up to n we are having the number of terms, therefore it is called as multinomial. At last, fourth topic, zeros of the polynomial. This is one of the very important topic of the polynomials chapter. What do you mean by zero of a polynomial? A real number k is said to be a zero of a polynomial p of x if p of k is equal to 0. That means when we are going to substitute this real number k in the p of x, that is p of k, instead of writing x, we are going to substitute in the place of x k. After substituting, Then after the simplification, if we are going to get the answer as 0, then this particular k value is called the 0 of the polynomial. Let us understand this particular definition of the zeros of the polynomial using an example. Let p of x is equal to x minus 2. A very simple example I have taken to understand it very well, because it is very important topic you have to do throughout the chapter. Now p of x equal to x minus 2 is the given polynomial. Now I am going to replace this x with replacing x by k in p of x. That implies p of k is equal to, in the place of x, what I am going to write? 2. Now this is the new equation. Here what is k? According to the definition, k is nothing but a real number. By using trial and error method, let us substitute k is equal to 1. That implies p of, in the place of k I am going to substitute 1 here. Then in the RHS side also, in the place of k I am going to substitute 1 minus 2. What is 1 minus 2? It is minus 1. And minus 1 is not equal to 0. Next, let me substitute k is equal to 2 in the p of x now. That implies p of 2 is equal to p of 2. In the place of k it is 2 now. Here in the RHS side, in the place of k, if I am going to substitute 2 minus 2, what is 2 minus 2? It is 0. Therefore this is equal to 0, right? Since this is equal to 0, what we have substituted in the place of k? In the place of k, what we have substituted? 2. Therefore, I can say 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. In this particular example, what is 0 of the polynomial is 2. Because when I have substituted 2 in this particular equation, I have got 0 as the answer. by k. That implies the equation which we have taken will become now p of k. Instead of x, I have written k here, is equal to k minus 2. In the RHS part also, I have substituted in the place of x k. Therefore, p of k is called the value of the polynomial. This is the polynomial we have taken, and for this polynomial, value of polynomial at x equal to k is the answer k minus 2.